Welcome to the beautiful Benedict Library on the campus of St. Edward's School in Vero Beach, Florida. I'm Keira Murphy, and I'm fortunate to work in an educational community that allows me to combine two of my passions, teaching and genealogy research. The name of this elective course is Teaching History Through Genealogy, One Generation at a Time, though the students just call it Genealogy Research 1. And now that there is a second-year course, we have Genealogy Research 2. I originally envisioned the curriculum as a way for students to hone their research skills by learning more about their own families in the context of historically significant events. It's turned out to be so much more than that. The first-year course takes the students through a series of increasingly sophisticated research projects, including writing an autobiography, interviewing parents on camera, creating a Google Slides presentation on grandparents, and developing a yearbook-style publication of great-grandparents. Throughout the year, students collaborate with the school's librarian to reinforce research skills both in the library and online. We also travel to our community library to work with local historians and genealogists to broaden our skill set and understand how historically significant events might have affected our ancestors. All of the research and projects are housed on a family history website, created and designed by the students themselves. The Director of Academic Technology co-manages this part of the curriculum with me. The websites can be updated or shared even after the student has finished the class or graduated from St. Edward's School. Building on the first-year course, second-year genealogy researchers tackle the generations of their family tree beyond what we covered in the first year. Our goal is to find an immigrant ancestor on which to focus our research. Students learn about Ellis Island, but also read about immigrants and refugees from many cultures and time periods. As a way to celebrate their own ancestors' immigration journey, students will create an artistic interpretation of their ancestors' life prior to immigration, the journey itself, and life in America. This project will include a Google tour builder of locations lived in or visited by the immigrant ancestor before, during, and after immigration, and a food item from the country of origin. Literally, we'll get a taste of their ancestry. This research really makes history come alive. The culmination of the second-year genealogy research course is a project that I am calling Who Am I, Who I Am. Ultimately, it will be a 10-minute presentation to a large audience that reflects upon the student's 2-year genealogical journey. From the student's perspective, it will answer the question, who am I? As well as allow the student to determine, again from his or her perspective and in his or her own words, who I am. They prepare for this project by assembling the family research completed in the first-year course and focusing on their immigration story and deep ancestry in the second year. Concurrent to their research on an immigrant ancestor, students also learn about the science behind ancestral DNA and its impact on genealogy research. They watched the National Geographic video about the Geographic project and participated in Nat Geo-sponsored activities that highlighted DNA and how to trace lineages. All of the second-year students wish to take a DNA test themselves. With comparative data in hand, the students researched all of the different companies and tests available. They created a presentation and pitched their preferred company and test to their parents. With parent permission and the parents in full control of the accounts, we planned an ancestral DNA event on campus. Another teacher joined us for the event, as did my own father via Skype. A total of 6 of us tested that day. We will spend several weeks analyzing the results of our personal DNA tests in the early spring, putting our previously learned knowledge to work. Deep ancestry, including haplogroups, will be emphasized. Specifically, the Who Am I, Who I Am project requires students to meet all of the components of the National Geographic Learning Framework, but I'll highlight just a few here. All people have a natural curiosity about who they are and where they come from. The Who Am I, Who I Am project fosters a sense of curiosity and adventure, an attitude of responsibility and empowerment, and provides a pathway to discovering essential components of the student's life story. Students in this class also learn valuable skills, the second component of the learning framework. In order to learn about their ancestry and how historically significant events affected their ancestors, they learn how to observe and document the world around them in order to make sense of those observations. They learn how best to communicate the stories of their ancestors most effectively through language and media, and they collaborate with others to achieve these goals. The last component of the learning framework is knowledge, and the students in Genealogy Research 2, especially after completing the Who Am I, Who I Am project in the spring, have an abundance of deeply personal knowledge and understanding of how our ever-changing and interconnected world works. The students have researched their family ties to a person and a culture that existed prior to that ancestor immigrating to America, and they understand the probable reasons why their ancestor left their native land, the risks and perils of that journey, and they chronicled the lives of the generations that prospered here in America as a result of the ancestors' pursuit of the American dream. This knowledge, along with the attitudes and skills required to attain it, will support and encourage these students to function effectively and act responsibly far into the future. Teaching history through genealogy one generation at a time is an opportunity for students to bring history to life. It is a very personal journey, but one that I hope will last a lifetime. Thank you for taking this National Geographic educator journey with me. As I always tell my students, remember, you're making history today.